everyone, this is Ains here with a new video on Tower of Fantasy. We just got a new update on the North America server and a new weapon was added, and it's going to be this one, the Purple Bamboo. It's an altar and it's got a lot of passives and stuff, amongst which I believe we can also get a increase attack, final tune, increase attack by 30%, activate by equipping free altered weapon. So it's pretty similar to a altar resonance, but it's not really. It is under the elemental resonance, but it doesn't give the exact same thing as a regular resonance. So if you go here, you'll see that Volt Resonance gives you Volt Attack 15% and Volt Resist 25%. It says you need to equip 2 or more Volt weapons. But for this one, you need exactly 3 Altar weapons and you get 30% more attack. So there's no Altar resistance in the mix, which is a bit of a letdown considering most of the raids and last stages of the Void Abyss have, you've guessed it, altered damage. But then you have the Imbue as well. After switching to Purple Bamboo from another weapon, Purple Bamboo's damage element becomes that of the previous weapon. So as far as I can tell, this means that if you use a fire weapon and then you switch into this weapon, it will swap into fire weapon. If you use frost weapon and then you swap into this will take on the frost element, which is interesting when you have opponents that have resistances, because you can use, I suppose, more than one element and just swap your element on the Purple Bamboo based on whichever was the last weapon you used. It seems interesting, but I don't really know if it's that good. Now there's another passive called Inhabit. It says that Power of Darkness is able to inhabit any unlocked weapon. When Purple Bamboo is not deployed, Power of Darkness can inhabit any other weapon, increasing its damage dealt by 1%. When Purple Bamboo is deployed, the Power of the Darkness inhabits Purple Bamboo, increasing the Wanderer's damage dealt by 15%. So basically, you can use any other weapon. You stack this darkness thing, but you only get 1% damage while on other weapons. But as you stack it, you can then maybe swap into this and get 15% more damage on this particular weapon. Now, this weapon is wearing the DPS label. I don't really know if I could consider this a DPS weapon, but yeah, it's a DPS. And then we have the stars here as well. In terms of stars, it says for every 1 star gained by the darkness inhabited weapon, increase the inhabitant's damage boost by 1 additional %. So I suppose you gather some stars and each star gives you 1% damage on other weapons, but then you get 15 on this one. And as far as I can see, if you have 1 star, you get 2% instead of 1%. I'm not really sure how many stars you can get. We'll have to look into that. And then it says Dimensional Collapse deals increased damage, plus counts as base multiplier affected by damage boost. Okay, 2 stars give you more attack, 3 stars give you Void Trace inherits additional 50% of the Wanderer's attack when taking lethal damage. While not under possession, instead of being defeated, consume Void Trace and become immune to damage 1 time for a short period of time. So if you get 3 stars, you basically cannot die to bosses if you have this Void Trace thingy. seems useful. I don't know how good it is. 4 stars, more attack. 5 stars, while in high dimensional space, ignore 20% of target's resistances, and up to 3 void abyss currents can now be created. I'm guessing these are the portals that you can make. 5 stars for 3 of them. And at 6 stars you get dimensional collapse, dealing more damage. And that's pretty much the same thing that you get from 1 star. 0.1%, 0.4%. I don't know how good this is, but it seems decent, I guess. It's probably better than 1 star anyway. Now let's look at the skills. So there is no selection for this particular weapon. You cannot select any set of skills or resonance or passives. It's just the way you get it. Normal attacks, hold attacks, sequences. Do we have an ambush? Of course we don't have an ambush. I mean, I would love to get a weapon that has ambush. Seems like they forgot about it being a thing. Dodge attack, regular dodges, okay. Vortex field, normal attacks, short period after dodging to trigger vortex field. Butterfly dance, summon 1 butterfly, follows wanderer. Butterfly flies around the locked on target and creates composition of its trails, dealing damage. Okay. Grant a shield, 10%. Okay, whatever. Skill, hyperdimensional field, gain temporary invincibility. Doesn't say it's not available in Apex, so you could use this in PvP as well for invincibility, it seems. Dealing damage, 650, 34 nearby, placing 65% delay, 3 seconds, ineffective against bosses in team play. At the same time, Void Trace on the field immediately executes its skill. Cooldown 60, ascend into the air, generate a field. Placing nearby targets into a high dimensional space. Yeah, sure. And the ult. Remove all debuffs, create chains from another dimension to bind the target upon switching to this weapon, delaying them. Ineffective against bosses, of course, dealing damage. Becoming immune to damage 1.5, unavailable in Apex League. Passive, Void Trace. Confining Tune creates 1 Void Trace that launches coordinated attacks at current locked on target. Only 1 Void Trace may be active and fades after 20 seconds. For every 1 weapon of different element or altered weapon, increase Void Trace damage by 10%. Void Trace's damage is also not affected by damage boosts. Okay, hold dodge when wielding purple bamboo to trigger possession. Unavailable in Apex League and possess Void Trace, gaining ability to control its movements. During possession, coordinated Void becomes Void Trace's normal attacks and skills. Void Halo, Void Attack, Void Skill, Void Relief, Passive Dark Wretch, Void Trace. When switching to purple bamboo from other weapons, confining tune, additional effects based on the element of the weapon. Frost summon Darkness Alabaster, Flame summon Black Crow, Volt summon Longjiang, Physical summon Darkness Hornmane, Altered summon Darkness Taotia. Okay, so for Altered we get Taotia, deal area damage. Void Trace inherits an additional 100% of Wanderer's attack, deal additional 2000 to nearby targets during Void Relief, counts as skill. Physical, summon Hornmane, Area damage 500, gains sweeping, dealing additional damage to nearby on a crits. Counts as normal attack damage, can only be triggered one time. Volt, summon, deal damage 500. When not under possession, consume 5% Void Trace max HP. Deal 50% value as damage to nearby targets, counts as normal attack damage. Flame, summon Black Crow. Area damage 500% attack. Burn targets, dealing damage 240, counts as passive damage. Frost, summon Alabaster Elite. Deal area damage equal 500, gain shield, 60% HP. Create Hailstorm by the locked on target, dealing damage to nearby, counts as normal attack damage. So the ultimate is different based on the weapon that you used previously. Okay, let's try this out. Let's go to this. Go to special orders. Wow, latency is a killer. Okay, finally. Awesome. Okay. Okay, let's go in trial. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay. That's interesting. Let me change the settings so we can actually see the skills, because I have it on transparency because for multiplayer. I'm just gonna go 100, there we go. Okay. So, first skill is, let me first check and see what we have. So we have attack resonance, and we've got 2 physical weapons right now. Guess we can only see the physical right now. Okay, so, basic attack. That's just the regular basic attack sequence. Attack plus hold. Summon some kind of a rain. Dodge and attack. So should we place that thing there? I don't think it does anything. Okay. So the dodge attack creates a rift. Okay. Directional dodge. I'm guessing that thing is supposed to do damage. I'm not sure. Pretty confusing. Okay, skill. Okay, so we got gotta catch some notes, huh? Interesting. Okay, let's do some fighting. Though I do see that you get hyper body while inside the skill, even if you actually swap the weapon, which is really, really good. This area seems pretty big. And when you run out, yep, hyper body is gone, and that is a really, really big area. Okay. Let's load our ultimate and see what it does. Okay, we got the ultimate now. This is the ultimate. But because we use the physical weapon, we get that dragon creature. Oh, and now we have someone here with us. Full hyper body now. I have to say the attack combo is really, really bad on this weapon. Like, mostly gonna be 2, maybe 3 hits and then just dodge. Because it's annoying. The animations are so freaking annoying. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that thing. Okay. This one's far better. Yeah, that does some real damage. That's good. That looks good. I like that. Okay. Yeah, there's a pretty big cooldown on the skill, like 60 freaking seconds. But you can either use Shiro or you can use Saki. I think Saki would be a better choice. She could reset that cooldown. That would allow you to gain hyper body way more frequently. But I don't know what to say. This is like a direct replacement for Frigg. So if you're using Frigg and you're like me, you're only using Frigg to get the hyper body in her circle area, this is a good replacement because it's a bigger circle and you don't actually need to use the trait of the weapon to gain the hyper body buff, which is really good. It can get you out of a lot of trouble. Okay, so we're going to exit now. I can't say I'm pleased with how the physical system works. Like, she doesn't really do much when you use physical. Like, that dragon comes and does some damage, then walks away. Okay, I'm guessing Frost is better because it gives you a shield. This is gonna give me full Frost. So yeah, let's go with this one. I'm gonna be balanced because, you know, let's go with this. This one's better. I've got 2 attacks and Saki. And it's gonna be full Frost and everything. Okay, let's try and test this again. Really wish you could have just swapped weapons while in the testing area. Like, just let us swap the weapons. It's annoying if you can't do it. Could you maybe? Yeah, latency is a killer on this one. Come on, bro. So far, the only good thing that I've seen that I really enjoy about this new weapon, the hyper body area. And the hold attack as well. But other than that, I don't know if anything else is worth mentioning. Like, I have to say it's a really weird weapon. Like, the combo that you get for basic attacks is so inconvenient that you never want to use it. But then the hold attack is really good, so you can just use that instead. So I guess there is a way to actually enjoy the character in the end. Wow, finally. Must be a lot of players right now testing the new weapon. Okay, come on, game. Please don't show this crap again. Great. Okay. Well, it's taking a bit longer than usual, isn't it? Finally. Okay. Here we go. Take 2. Okay. So now we're on Frost. What I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Saki's passive. That way we can do some extra damage with that as well. And I guess we load up our ultimate charge. I really want to see if I can reset the cooldown on this weapon. So we're going to use this skill now. Doesn't really do much damage. I'm gonna use this. Then I'm gonna swap into this. Then I'm gonna use this again. And we don't have the cooldown yet. Okay, now we use this. And this is where Saki's passive should activate. And we do have the skill back. So it does work. Okay, Saki works. Saki Star 1 works with this really annoying high cooldown skill. Good to know. I guess you can just spam hold attack. Still don't know what the dodge attack does. Guessing if you dodge attack, it puts the portal there and it does some damage. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. Okay. Okay, now we have the ultimate, let's see what it does. So we summon a spirit, and the spirit fights with us. Also, the spirit fights on its own, it doesn't have, we don't have to do anything ourselves. That's cool. As far as I can tell, the spirit is still here. And it is doing something. Kill the previous spirit and give us another one. Lost shield. Use damage down. Ability is equipped, ignore. Lost resistance, okay. So how long is this minion gonna be here? I guess this is actually pretty interesting. So the minion stays with you a very long time. Like, is it ever gonna go away? Wow, that seems... Okay, she went away. That was a very long time. Okay. That's interesting. Because you can just play this weapon as a support in the background. Just summon the area, swap back into your main DPS or tank or whatever you're using. Do your damage while not taking any stuns at all. And just use the ultimate when on cooldown, summon the minion, and then focus on the other ones. And once the minion is gone, you just get the ultimate back as fast as you can and you'll re-summon them. And then just focus on the other weapons again. This is a pretty good weapon to be sitting in the back line. The combos are so inconvenient that you cannot play this as a main DPS. I suppose the main reason that it has a DPS resonance is so that you can combine it with another DPS and get the full DPS resonance, because if it would have been a tank or a support, it would have been an issue because it would have needed 2 more DPSs, and then you probably wouldn't be able to break a breaker or a support to keep you alive. So yeah, it's a good offensive support weapon. Now, I don't know if I really want this weapon, to be honest, but it would be nice to have. So I'm pretty sold now that I've seen what the ultimate actually does some damage, has some kind of buff, and then you get that clone doing something extra. And whenever you have a weapon that does something extra while not on the field, in my eyes, that is a good weapon. Like, there's a reason everybody plays Lan, because she summons those umbrellas that do damage. There's a reason that people play the yo-yo character, because he can just put the area down and do a lot of damage. Also Frigg, you can summon the Frost Domain and boost your damage while she's not really there, because you can do some dodges and then just swap into your main DPS. So I do feel like this weapon is actually worth getting, but you would need to actually have a good DPS next to it, because it can't carry you. Like, it's a support weapon. You combine her with another DPS and maybe some kind of sustain. And that's pretty much it. But my opinions on this weapon are rather mixed. I would say if you want it or you like it, by all means go get it. But if you're a free to play or a very low spender, I don't know if it's really worth trying to get, mostly because it's a altered weapon, and I mean, you could use it, but if you really want to use it as a DPS, you would need 2 more altered weapons to get the 30% attack boost. So it's a rather expensive one, considering there are no standard banner altered units. Probably Lin will join soon, but it's gonna take a while, and I don't know what to say. If you want to main her as a DPS, I strongly don't recommend it, but I guess you could do it if you really want to. At most, I would suggest at least getting a copy. Now, the matrices are a rather different tale. She increases all attack, and then she gives Void Trace an additional attack. And when dealing damage for the first time in combat, gain 1000 weapon charge. So what does this do? It basically gives you the ultimate whenever you do damage with your first hit skill. So yeah, that's pretty busted. You can equip 2 pieces of this and get your ult from 1 hit, so you can spam other characters that need the ultimate to be spammed at the very beginning. It's really, really good. So rather than getting the character, I would suggest getting the 2-piece set. It's far better. It's universal. It doesn't say that it only works on this particular weapon. It just gives a boost to the Void Trace, which is only for this weapon. But then the other things, they work, and they work in the offhand slot. So it doesn't really matter if you have this weapon or not. You can just put on another and recharge your ultimate to full whenever you hit something. I don't know if I should say this is a must-have, but it feels like it is. And then the 4-piece says after purple bamboo is equipped, increase crit damage and final damage. Like, works in the offhand slot, so again you can put in another weapon and just use your regular DPSs on this particular weapon if you want a DPS with it. But I would just not use this as a DPS, no matter how well invested it is, because I really don't feel like you can carry with this weapon. The kit it has is so unusual that she just feels like a support weapon. But these are my 2 cents on it. I don't really feel like worth getting this weapon, but I am still gonna try. So I guess we can do one multi. Maybe we can get it, maybe we can't get it. It's all up to luck. Great way to end the video, right? Me getting shafted. Okay, and this is where we hit it. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. It was obvious, but it was worth a try. Okay, these are my 2 cents on the weapon, the newest weapon, and I don't know if anyone should be focusing on getting this weapon. Seems like an optional one, but yeah, by all means, if you like it, go get it. Thank you all for watching, and do apologize if anyone feels the other way around and they feel like this is one of the best weapons and stuff. It's just that I'm not really impressed. Now, as a free-to-play to a very low spender myself, I would not get this weapon unless by chance. Like, it's not a weapon I want to focus on, and it's not a weapon I recommend people to focus on either. Now, there are other weapons that do feel way better and that are far more useful. This one seems like a convenience. Like, you get those portals, you can place them on the map. I get it, you can teleport to them whenever you want to. Seems fine, interesting, not a big thing. The attack sequence, I'm not very pleased with it. The ultimate, summoning a double, is really good for keeping her in the back. And at the same time, I like the area effect that she has, whenever you hit your skill, you can just sit in there and not get pushed around or stunned or anything. That's really good. But there are far more weapons that also provide you hyper body, and I honestly don't know if I would use that weapon over any other ones that do it. Probably not. But thank you all for watching, and if you liked the video, like and subscribe. See ya.